Hello investors, I'm Robbie with BDO Securities, and in this video, we're gonna go over an entire platform tutorial of the BDO Securities platform. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna jump into my computer and let's go ahead and get started. Now I'm logged into my BDO Securities account and I'm on what's called the transaction page. And this is the page that you can use to navigate to anything you want to within BDO Securities. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start with the trade icon. So now we're inside equity trading, and this is where you're gonna go whenever you wanna buy or sell a stock. And I'm gonna go through this whole thing. I know at first it looks a little bit overwhelming, but trust me, it's gonna be easy to understand. So let's start with the very top. So at the very top, you have volume and you have turnover. So this is the volume and turnover of the entire market, so the entire Philippine Stock Exchange. Next, we have something called the PSEI. The PSEI is the Philippine Stock Exchange Index, and this is showing the return percentage for the day so far. Now, right now when I'm filming this, the market is actually closed, so unfortunately this doesn't have up-to-date information, but it will be here if you log in when the market's open. So you can actually change this if you'd like to different things. So I'm gonna go over here real quick so you can see that this part is not the same as the PSEI, the Philippine Stock Exchange Index. This is actually the entire Philippine Stock Exchange. So on this side, we have all stocks trading on the stock exchange and how they're performing. And on this side, we have just the Philippine Stock Exchange Index, which is a basket of about 30 different stocks in the Philippines. So you can actually change these and compare different things if you want. So maybe instead of comparing the PSEI to all of the stocks in the Philippines, maybe you just want to look at financial stocks. And you can see financial stocks perform better today than the overall index. Or maybe you want to go down and see industrial stocks. And you'll see industrial stocks were down a little bit less than the Philippine Stock Exchange Index. So this can be useful for a lot of people just to see what's going on during the day. So this next part down here is called the watch list section. And the watch list is really something that a lot of people love to use, and it's great if you know how to navigate this watch list, add new stocks to your watch list, create new watch lists. So that's what we're gonna go over. First off, the first watch list I have here is called the PSEI, the Philippine Stock Exchange Index watch list. It's got all the different stocks on the Philippine Stock Exchange Index. That means there's 30 of the different companies that trade that are part of the index. So these are all companies you've heard of. There's Ayala Land, there's BDO Unibank, Bloomberry. So there's big companies that you've heard of. So let's go to Globe Telecom. Now Globe, ticker symbol GLO, and these are the ticker symbols for the actual stocks. This is the company name. This is the currency it's trading in, the board type, the bid quantity, and the bid price, which we're gonna go over in a second, and then the ask quantity. The last price it was trading, and then the change for the day. And then things like turnover, and there's a lot of different data points in here. Now, you'll see when I click Globe, on the right side, you actually see a lot of information about Globe. So it tells you the high for the day, the open, it tells you the low for the day, the close, volume, turnover, lots of different things. And so under this part, you actually have the bid and ask. So you can see the different bid and asks going on in the market right now. If you're not sure what a bid is the price that you or someone is willing to pay for the stock, and the ask is something that the seller is willing to sell the stock. So these are the bid and the ask prices. Now that we know all this stuff, let's go over and say, okay, what if I wanted to look at my own portfolio? So I go here and I go to the drop down and I click my portfolio, and all of my stocks are in here, and I can see what's going on with my stocks during the day. Next, I can see a different sector if I want to. So if I want to change the sector, I can go over here and I can go to financials. These are all the different financial companies in the Philippines in the financial sector. We also have different sectors, holding firms, industrials. So if you want to look through different specific sectors, you can do so here. And then you also have your own watch list that you can add stocks to. So if I go to potential buy, I can see the different stocks I've added to my own watch list. Now, if you want, you can create multiple watch lists, and I'll show you how to do that. First, go up to the top tab where it says watch list, hit create watch list. So when you create a watch list, the first thing you need to do is create a name. So I'm gonna go ahead and enter growth watch list. Now make sure that you don't put a space here because it may not allow you to create the watch list if you do. So when I hit growth watch list, I hit add, it's been successfully created. Now what I can do is I can add a stock to my watch list. Now let's say I want to add Globe. On the right side, I click GLO, that's the ticker symbol for Globe. And then I'm going to hit normal lot, save. And now I've created my watch list that has one stock in it, which is Globe. I'm going to go back and I'm going to take a look here, and now you can see it says growth watch list. So that's how you create a watch list. Now, if you want to add more to your watch list, you can go to watch list, click on the watch list that you want to add a stock to. So I'm going to hit growth watch list, add your company. Now I'll put maybe Converge. And now I'll add Converge. So now let's say I want to actually purchase Converge. So I'm on my watch list. I see that I like what's going on with Converge. I think it's a buy. So I'm going to go here and I can just click Converge. And then on the right side, I see all the information for Converge. Now there's a few different ways I can actually buy the stock. The first way would be I just hit buy. So it goes to Converge. I have my quantities here. I have the price. I have the order value. So that's one way to do it. You can also go up here to trade and then hit buy. And then you can actually enter in the ticker symbol. So I can enter in Converge, CNVRG. And so now I have Converge and I see that the bid is 18.5200. So I can put 18.5200 here, and I can put the quantity that I want. Now this is an important part that you're probably going to want to listen to. So here when you click this little arrow here, it's going to go in. For Converge, it's going in up by 100. So it went from 100 to 200 shares, to 300 shares, to 400 shares. And this is going to be sticking within what's called the normal lot board. So it's a normal lot, and that's how it's going to do. Now, if you want an odd lot, it's going to go in different increments. Now, what is an odd lot and a normal lot? Well, if you want to go to our microsite, you'll be able to take a look at a little article that we have that has some information in it. So let's go there real quick. So I'm back on the transaction page. I'm going to hit education. Then I'm going to go to starting out, and I'm going to click trading. I'm going to scroll down, and you're going to see a little graphic here that has the different sizes for normal lots. And so what this is saying is it depends what the stock price is selling for depending on the lot size. And that's how you get a normal lot or a non-normal lot or an odd lot. So for Converge, it's trading at 1852. So we can see here that it's between 10 and 19.98. So this is where Converge will end up sitting, which means that it goes in a lot size of 100. And the tick size can be 0.02, so it can go up by 0.02 increments. And so then you have the minimum lot, and the minimum lot is the amount of minimum that you'll have to purchase of the stock, which takes into consideration the price of the stock and the lot size. So as you can see here, if it's a 10 peso stock and the lot size is 100, the minimum lot is going to be 1,000 pesos. So now back in the equity trading, we can see that we want a normal lot. And the next thing that you want to also take a look at is there's something called a limit order. And then of course you can do a buy or a sell. So let's take a look real quick at a limit order. So what is a limit order? So a limit order means that you're going to put in an order to buy a stock at no more than a certain price. Just for an example, because this is at 18.52, maybe you don't want to pay any more than, let's say, 19 pesos. So anything more than 19 pesos, this trade won't execute. But if it's under 19 pesos, it has a possibility of executing. Next, we have the fill type. Now there are different ways to fill an order. So one is called a day order. So after an entire day is done, this order will cease to exist. So you have a whole day to fill it. If it doesn't get filled for whatever reason, then it's not going to fill. You also have an FAK or fill and kill order. This order executes immediately or it won't execute at all. And it has to be the exact quantity that you are requesting. So if for some reason the quantity isn't what you want, then FAK, a fill and kill, won't execute. And then we have GTC or good till canceled. So good till canceled will allow you to keep a trade open for as long as you want until you cancel it. So let's say this doesn't get executed today, but maybe in a week or two, because you're going to keep this open, this will actually execute. And then we have GTD, or good till date. And this is the only one that allows you to have this little option here where it says validity date. And so this is an order that allows you to execute an order up to a certain day. So for example, if you wanted to say, I want to buy at 15 pesos, and I only want to buy at 15 pesos for the next week, then you can do so. And after the week is done, so after the 22nd, this will cease to exist. Also, we have different market depths here that show, again, the bid and the asks. We have the times and the sales, which show the different information about what has been going on with trading within this stock. And then we have the intraday chart, and this shows what happened throughout the day with the company. Now, this chart, you can zoom in and you can see more details, or you can zoom and you can see it almost by the second. So what we're looking at here is we have at 12:51 and 5 seconds, all the way up to 12:59 and 59 seconds. So that's a short time horizon. But when we move this over, we can actually see a longer time horizon for the day, all the way back to 9:30 in the morning, up until about, when the market closes. So this isn't a very valuable tool. So you can see trading volume and you can see trade price. So anyone who's a trader, they probably would want to take a look at this chart. Now this all has to do with buying a stock. Well, what if you want to sell a stock? So let's go out of here and let's say we want to sell a stock. So first, what stocks do we have? Well, we can go to my portfolio and we can see the different stocks that we own. So for example, let's say I want to sell FB, which is SMC San Miguel Corporation Food and Beverage. Well, if I want to sell this, I can go to sell. And so the first thing you'll see is that this is a sell order. It's a limit order, which we discussed before. It's a normal lot, and it's a day order. That's the fill type. Now, on this side, you'll see it automatically fills some information in, and this is because you had highlighted FB in your watch list when you hit the sell button. So it's going to auto-populate. And so you'll notice that it auto-populated at the most recent bid and quantity, which is here on number 1. And you can take this if you want, or you can change it. And I'm going to change it because I have 200 shares available of FB. So I'm actually going to arrow this up to 200 because let's say I want to sell all my shares. And then I can decide if I want my ask to be the current market bid or if I want it to be a different bid. I'm going to keep this bid price. And so that's the order I'm going to hit. I'm going to hit sell. Now, what happens? This order hopefully will sell. And if it doesn't sell today, the order will cease to exist. There will be no order tomorrow if for some reason this does not execute today, because this is a day order. Now, let's say instead you wanted to do a good till cancel order because you just want this to keep open until it is able to sell, or the order is able to execute. So what you could do is you could say, well, I'm going to change this to a good till canceled. And another thing, by the way, you should remember is that because this is a limit order, it's going to sell this for this amount of money or higher. It won't sell for lower. However, maybe you want a higher execution price. Maybe let's say if you wanted it to be 70 pesos. So if it's 70 pesos, then whenever it hits 70 pesos or higher, this could potentially execute. And so that's another way to do this. And so if this is what you want, you would hit sell. And again, you don't know if this will sell immediately. It's going to, of course, only sell when it hits 70 pesos. And because it's good till canceled, it will stay open until you close it or until it's executed. So the next thing we want to look at are the different tabs on the top. So we've already seen buy and sell, and you can go there to buy and sell stocks. But you also have something called your order book. And this is going to show you any types of orders you have. So on the upper right side, you can see active orders. You can see all orders. You can see rejected and canceled orders, traded. And then another thing you want to do is, by the way, add and change the dates on the calendar. So if you want to look way back to see all the different traded orders that you've made, you can come here, change the calendar, and you can see everything. And then next we have the trade book. So you can come here and you can click trade book, and you can see the different information regarding different trades. So if I want to type in a stock maybe that I had, I'd click FB, and then it would show me my trade book. Now, because I'm within the day right now, I don't have any trades for FB, but I could go back and I could see the information on my trade book. It tells you everything from stock code, buy, sell, executed quantity, trade price, a lot of different things that you might want to know about your own trades. Then if we go back to trade positions, you would see any trade positions here. And then we can go to my account. So let's go to buying power summary. Now this is the amount of cash that you have in your account that you can use to purchase additional shares of stock. So you'll see everything here from the buying power at the bottom here is what I have. Next we have equity holding. Now this shows your positions in different companies that you have, and then it shows you things like the realized profits and loss, unrealized profits and loss, and the unrealized percentage profit and loss. So you can see the different returns that you've had over here on your different positions. And by the way, a lot of these different things you can click here and you can actually export these to Excel if you'd like to. Then we have the cash statement, and this goes over your cash positions, opening balance, withdrawal blocks, other blocks, unsettled blocks, and everything you need to know is right here. Now we've already gone over the watch list, so don't have to worry about that. And then we have the different market information. So we have market statistics. So what I'm looking at here are the top gainers for today. And 39.13% was the top gainer, which was TBGI. On the middle part, you can see most active. So if you want to see the top 10 by value, you can look here. So SM was the largest traded by value, and the turnover here was this much. And the difference is, this is value, so these are the highest rated, or the most money traded by value. As you can see, this is the highest, and it goes down from here. But then we have the top by volume, and so volume is going to be different than value. So volume will be how many shares were turned over and traded. So here we have volume. And so AR was the top traded based on volume. Then we have market movement, and you can see the different top 10 number of trades, but also you can see what happened with the PSE. We can go back down, we can see broker activity. Now some of this stuff for maybe some beginners might not be very important, but just so you know what it is, if you want to go ahead and type in, maybe I'll type in Globe again, GLO, ticker symbol. I'm going to hit submit. And I see everything that happened with Globe and the top different brokers that have been trading Globe. So this can be helpful for traders and different people. It depends on how you trade or if you're a long-term investor. So these are different ways to kind of look at what's going on in stocks and maybe sentiment and different data points that are involved with a different specific stock. Here we can go to Sector Watch, and these are showing all the different returns for entire sectors. So for here we have financials, so the financial sector. The index, this is the price of all the different financial sector index, the net change, the change percentage. So all the information that you might want to see about the different sectors. Again, you can export this if you'd like. Then you have market depth. You can go ahead and you can type in a symbol for a stock if you'd like. So I'll type in again, GLO for Globe. And you can see the market depth. Again, like the other screen we showed, you can zoom in and out with this. So you can see more market depth based on time. So this is going back all the way into the morning when I do this. And then if you want to zoom in more, you can do this. And this is showing trade volume, which is the green part. And then the market's closed, so the trade price isn't in here right now, but usually you'll see the trade price as well. And then on the other side, you'll see the bid and asks, of course, and some little details if you'd like. And then we have the market depth matrix. So here you can actually add in different stocks that you might be tracking during the day. And you can always have them sitting here. So I've got two, I've got Converge, and I've got Globe. So if I want to see the different bid and asks, I can always pop into here and see these pretty quickly, what's going on with the different stocks I like. So maybe I'll add another one just to see what's happening, FB. I'll hit submit, and now I also have FB in here. So I can have up to 6 stocks that I can immediately just go and see what's going on with these 6 stocks. Makes it nice and easy when trading. So then we have under analysis, if you want to take a look at charts, you can do so on the upper left-hand corner. You're going to see where you enter the stock. I'm going to type in Globe again, GLO, ticker symbol. I'm going to hit submit, and now we have the chart for Globe. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and zoom in more into the 1 year by clicking on the bottom right part. And you can also change the chart type. So maybe you don't like candlestick charts. Maybe you like line charts, so you could turn this into a line chart if you'd like. Now I'll go back to a candlestick chart, and I'm going to zoom in even more. I'm going to go into the 1 month, and I'm going to take a look at what's happened with Globe. I'm going to say, oh, well, maybe I want to draw a trend line. So I can go into drawing tools, and here I'm going to see trend channel. I'm going to go right here. I'm going to draw a downtrend channel here, like so. So now we can see that Globe was trading in a downtrend channel, and it's not anymore. So what I can do also is put some support and resistance lines in here. So I'll hit horizontal line, and I can go here, and now I have a little resistance line. So this is the resistance line that we see Globe trading at right now. Also, I can even zoom in more to see the resistance line still. I can go out, and we can still see it in different perspectives. So there's a lot of different tools here. You can also add different indicators. For example, if you want to add RSI, Relative Strength Index, you can do so here, and now it's on the bottom. And so that's it for charts. Let's go back. And our next question is, what if you want to make a trade, but you don't have enough money in your account? So let's say I want to buy Converge. So I go here, CNVRG, ticker symbol. Let's say I want it at 18.52. So the order value is 14,816. However, the problem is, right now in cash, I only have 8,736. So what do I need to do? Well, I need to add some more money to my account. So this is how I do it. I go back to my transaction page, and I simply click Fund Account. And here I enter all my information, the account I want to fund my account from. Now, of course, make sure that you view your balance so you know how much money you have in your account before you fund your BDO Securities account. And then you have the account number and the amount. So let's say I wanted to add 20,000 pesos. I click that, and then I click Deposit. And it's going to go in immediately, by the way, very quick. And if you want to actually withdraw cash instead of funding it, you can do so as well. And this is also immediate, and it's very quick. So you go here, you can see your available balance that you have to take out of your BDO Securities account. You can type the amount here, whatever amount you want. I'll put 5,000 pesos and then withdraw cash, and it'll happen instantaneously. So far we've gone over the equity trading, we've gone over fund account and withdraw cash. Now let's talk about education. So if you click this tab, it's going to simply take you back to our website, and it's going to show you all the different pieces of content that we have created for you to help you learn about investing. So you can click this, and you'll see you'll land on this page with all the different educational sections. So we have BDO Securities Basics, Stock Market Basics, how to invest in the stock market, how to invest with BDO Securities, evaluation series. And we also have other categories here on the left side, Trading Essentials, for example, which is about technical analysis and short-term trading. So we highly recommend you taking a look at our different pieces of content to better help you learn how to invest. Going back to the transaction page, now we have research. Now this is a very important part of BDO Securities because we're really proud about our research capabilities, and we have a lot of great research reports that you should be taking a look at. We have both fundamental reports and we have technical reports. So for example, a technical report can be seen here when you see most read in 7 days, which are the most read different reports over the week. And we can see here there's something called technically speaking. Now, technically speaking, we have two different technically speakings. One is about the Philippine Stock Exchange Index, which is this technically speaking. It shows the price of the index, what we think is going to happen, which is that it's going to continue trading sideways, and it's a range trade. So we don't have a target on there right now. We also have indicators, bull and bear indicators, and something called tech speak that helps you better understand technical analysis and short-term trading. And then we have, of course, our commentary about where we think the market's going in the short term. Now, there's three other really important reports that I think you should know about. The first is called Daily Digest. This comes out every single day, and it talks about what's happened during the previous trading day and what to look for right now. So you'll see there's something called market commentary as the first thing here, and it shows what's happening with the P-Comp, which is the Philippine Stock Exchange Index. It closed slightly up yesterday, up 0.2% day over day. So there's always a little bit of information here that can be useful for anyone investing. There's also a market overview on the right side. There's top movers. There's macro news, so if you like economics. We even have a COVID-19 update here and some other very interesting charts to show you what's been going on with the performance of the P-Comp or Philippine Stock Exchange Index, net foreign buying, lots of different information. And then one of the things that I like the most, which is this stock coverage report that's on the last page of Daily Digest. Now you'll see here all of our different stocks that we cover, and you'll see our ratings. So for example, if you want to take a look at Globe, which we were talking about earlier, Globe, ticker symbol GLO, we're neutral on Globe. So that is the rating that we hold right now on Globe. And you can see the last price it traded, the target price that it's trading, which is 2,205, and then the upside potential and some different percentages and stuff like that. Now, this is the Daily Digest. Also, if you want to go to something called the Weekly Wrap, there's similar information that you can find there. So I'll go to the Weekly Wrap here under the most read in 7 days. And instead of a daily report, this is a weekly report. So this shows what happened last week to the Philippine Stock Exchange Index and the market in general. So this is showing the P-Comp went up 6.1% week over week. That's a good week, right? So you would know that if you took a look at this report. You'd see a calendar of events coming up, which is very important for a lot of people. Best index performers. Now these are weekly returns, so instead of the Daily Digest, which is daily returns. And then you have a little bit more information on the stock coverage here. So again, we can go down to Globe and we can see the different information for Globe. Now Globe, as you can see, it's now a buy rate. It was a buy rating when this came out, but this is a week old. So this is an older report, and now Globe is actually considered neutral. So that's very interesting for us to see. And now we can take a look again at the upside and the other information, such as fundamentals like the price to earnings ratios. You can see earnings per share growth, the dividend yield of Globe, which is 5.3%. So lots of valuable information that you can find in the Weekly Wrap. And the next really important report that I think you should look at are our different company reports. So here we have the most read in 7 days. You see Globe, but let's say you don't see it here and you want to find it. You can go to advanced search and you can type in on the headline, Globe. You'll click search. And you'll see here it says headline, company report, and this is the most recent published report. And so this is an equity research report for Globe Telecom, again, ticker symbol GLO. And as you can see, it says it's downgraded to neutral. As we saw before when we were looking at the chart, the downgrade actually just occurred. And this tells you everything you'll need to know about why it's being downgraded, what to look for, lots of information in this piece. So highly recommend you read this if you're really interested in delving deep into the stocks that you're purchasing. We can go back now to our transaction page, and then here we have enroll for US dollar. So if you want to enroll a US dollar denominated account, you can do so here. Also, if there's any upcoming IPOs, which are initial public offerings, you'll be able to purchase them through here if we have any offers that are available to you. You can also view your portfolio by clicking here instead of logging into your equity trading. And finally, if you want to invest in a UITF instead of trading stocks with BDO Securities, you'd click here and you'd go over to the BDO Trust and Investment page. So that's everything we have for the video. I hope this really helps you navigate the BDO Securities portal. So thanks everyone for watching, and thank you for choosing BDO Securities. We hope you have a great trading week.